How's it going, guys? My name is Westview, and welcome to my very first Minecraft building video. This is like my second time using the replay mod, so it might be a little bit janky every now and again, but hopefully it gets better as I get more experienced with it. With that out of the way, let's get right into this build. I am building a Riverside Manor, and first things first, I need to clear out some space for the build to actually go. I start out by getting rid of some trees and some grass and doing some light terraforming. This makes it a lot easier to organize my thoughts and figure out where I want things to go. Sorry, Mr. Beast, but these trees have got to go. Now I'm ready to get building. These blocks are my building palette, so they're the main blocks I'm going to be using throughout this build. It's super easy to just build a very flat, boring wall in Minecraft, so I always try to at least give it one layer of depth. In this case, I'm giving it two. This just ensures that the build is interesting to look at. I also wanted to try something a little bit different. I normally don't see endstone bricks being used a lot, so I wanted to outline my roof with that in this build. I thought it actually turned out pretty good, but let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. I decided to go with dark oak for the main block of the roof. A, because I really like dark oak. It's like my favorite type of wood, so I don't know. And B, it also contrasts really well with the end stone, and I don't want to just have one solid color for the roof, so I thought that they worked really well together. When I build, I'm sort of all over the place, but I swear there's a method to this madness. I like to outline things and sort of make sure I know where everything is going, what it's going to look like, so that's why in the beginning of my builds it can kind of look terrible. I finally start adding some walls and actually giving this build a little bit of structure, so thank God for that. But I sort of like the polished andesite stone combination. It gives it a little bit of variation, and I like the effect that it has. As you probably saw, I'm also using light blue stained glass. I don't know why I decided to do that, but I think it looks pretty good, so I'm keeping it. Now here I sort of went off of my plan a little bit. I tried to add a protruding thingy. I don't really know what to call it. Maybe an observatory window area. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. But I tried to add it and I think it looks alright. It's not my favorite part of the build, but I wanted to add a little more variation to that wall, and I think it does that, so yeah. And I'm just continuing to work on the walls, so I don't really have much to say about that, so I'll just let the video play. Ah yes, finally time to work on the roof. I'll be honest with you, I don't really like making roofs. It's not my favorite thing to build, but it's an essential part, so I guess I'll do it. Despite my hatred for building roofs, I don't want to make a bad roof. I could have easily just built the basic peaked roof on everything, but I wanted to bring a little bit of variation into it. So to do that, I added 2 dormers. Dormer is just a bit of roof lingo. I definitely did not have to look that up. I talk about roofs all the time, so that's just a common word I use. All jokes aside, these dormers really did bring the roof together. Here I'm adding some structure and a little bit of detail to the upper level and the interior, so don't worry about the interior looking all ugly. I'm gonna come back and beautify everything later on, but right now I'm just laying down the foundation. Now I'm working on the last section of roof. I wanted to do something a little more interesting than the other roofs, so this is what I came up with. I don't know, I kind of like it. Tell me what you guys think about it though. It was experimental to say the least, so if you don't like it, I completely understand. Now I'm adding a couple more basic details, and then, once that's all done, I'll be ready to start actually detailing and making the build a little more beautiful. Also, this chimney is just a placeholder. I'm gonna come back and rework it. I know it looks pretty ugly right now, but it's not the finished product. That's the base house. I think it looks pretty good. Now it's time to do some more terraforming and add some of those little details that truly make these builds look great. As you'll see here, I did some basic interior stuff, but I did most of the interior designing off camera. I'm gonna do a nice little house tour at the end of the video, so you won't miss any of that. Interior designing is not my best skill, but I do think a little goes a long way, so hopefully it looks alright. I did a little bit of exterior design as well, just adding some stairs and some trapdoors and even a flower box, and I think this sort of just brings the whole build together even though it's not too crazy. Don't think that I forgot about the fireplace and the chimney. I did not. I went back and I replaced it with some andesite stone gray blocks, and I think it turned out a lot better. And I also lined the top of it with some end stone bricks, and I think that ties it in together with the build, and I think it turned out pretty good. Now let's hop into first person and I'll show you around the finished build. Alrighty everyone, we're here, we're on the ground. Let's take a look at the build. So as you can see, we have a nice covered walkway. Now this is very simple. I just used some trapdoors, some spruce logs, and some fence gates. It's nothing too crazy, but I think it does the job, so yeah, I think it doesn't look too bad. But I will show you the outside and then we'll go take a look at the inside. So as you can see, we have a lot of flowers and a lot of grass. I basically just went around bone meal and place some flowers down. Nothing too planned, I guess. But here we have a bench, some custom trees, and another little seating area with a very cute little fire pit. I really like the campfire blocks, so I use them quite a bit. But that's not important. So let's go up this up the path here. This path doesn't go anywhere, but this one goes back to the main pathway. And if we go up a little more, you can see we have a little area under the deck. And this is basically just a little storage area with some barrels. You know, I don't know what could be stored down here. Maybe food, maybe some fine aged wine, since this is a nice house. But whatever your heart desires can be stored down there. Now, if we go up to the entrance, I have another custom tree. I just have a lot of grass and flowers. But here we have a little lantern down there, and that sort of illuminates it a little more. But let's go inside. Interior design, as I said, is not my best skill, but I think it turned out alright. You know, even a little bit of design is better than none, so yeah. Here, though, I'm sure this is what you were looking at immediately. This is a bit funky, alright? It's a 2-story fish tank. And all of the fish happen to be stuck in this corner, which is kind of a shame, but that's what I get for using glass panes, I guess, right? But we'll stop talking about the fish tank, and we'll go around to the other stuff. Here I have some nice potted plants. I think this design is pretty cool. We have some paintings, we have lots of lanterns, bookshelves, a nice little couch, and a pretty neat looking fireplace, I guess. I brought in some more of that end stone, so I think that looks pretty good. And again, more of the campfire blocks. I really love those. But if we go over here, we have our nice little seating area where you can eat your breakfast. That's supposed to be an egg. And drink your coffee. I mean, it kind of looks like coffee. It looks more like hot chocolate, but, well, kind of looks like dirt, and that's what it is. But if you look around, we have this beautiful window, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. It's our little observatory. If we keep going around here, we'll go to the deck. More paintings, more bookshelves. I really like bookshelves as well. I don't know. They're a very nice decoration block, let's say that. But we have more potted plants. We have another little fire pit on the deck. Probably not the smartest since it's all made out of wood, but you know, whatever. Nothing too crazy out there. But let's go upstairs. So, as you can see, we have our little fish tank. We got the salmon buddy coming up here. How's it going? But we have our nice, beautiful window here as well. Some potted plants, our flower boxes out there. And I really like this view. Something very, very beautiful about it. I don't know. But if we go over here, we have our nice little area out here. I think this looks pretty good as well. Sort of adds a little more depth to the build and some green up here as well. So that's always nice. But if we go back inside, we'll go check out this hallway and the bedrooms. So this is the guest bedroom. Nothing too crazy. That's something I'm saying a lot here, but it's true. It's just sort of basic. And if we go over here, we have the master bedroom. Still pretty basic. Some potted plants, the master bed, and you know, a nice little view out the window for your desk. And that's pretty much it. There's not much else to show you. I think that's pretty much all. But yeah, I think this turned out good. I spent a couple days working on it, so nothing too crazy. But yeah, if you like this build, please give me a like on this video and leave any feedback you have for me in the comments down below. I'd love to hear it. And if you did like the video, please consider subscribing. I will love you if you do. But with that out of the way, let's end the video. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great one, guys.